if you want to become a profitable trader, then one of these things that I'm going to be mentioning to you is probably going to take you to the next level, or at least one, maybe all of them are going to help you to up your game when you're trading, right? So first thing that you have to do is you have to do top-down analysis, right? So what I mean by top-down analysis is, let's say you first go to the 4-hour time frame, then you mark all your areas of interest, right? So if you are, especially if you're a price action trader, if you're trading price action, then you mark all those zones, all those areas that you think might be of use, right? Like this zone flip over here, right? Because we broke what market structure and we continued what going down. Maybe you mark what let me just zoom in a little bit. Maybe you mark what that zone flip is also near this order block over here, so you also drag it to the future. I will draw this a little bit later, right? Then this one, right? So you mark all these areas of what of interest that you think might be of interest to you later, right? So being a trader is just means that you have to be aware, you have to prepare in advance, right? So now we know that we have got 2 areas or 3 areas that the market is likely going to respect, right? So one of these areas is most probably going to work, right? Then top-down analysis also helps you to know where the overall trend, where the overall market trend is, right? So marking or going to the higher time frame and dropping down is actually going to be one of the best things that you be able to do, right? You mark what all these areas over here, and I think what else can I see over here? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I think that's just about it, right? So as for me, I see this one. There's a resistance over here. It gets broken. Now there's a breaking market structure, and market is what testing this something like what order block over here. So when I drop down now to the 1 hour time frame, I'm now going to be refining these areas to make them a little bit smaller, right? Because as you can see, this area is too big over here. So you are going to be refining those areas, right? And making sure that they work for you, right? Then you're also going to be drawing what new trend lines, right? So over here, I wasn't able to see this trend line clearly on the 4 hour time frame, right? So now I'm able to analyze shifting down, right? And then the 15-minute time frame, that's where I do most of the perfect analysis, right? Because how can I see those ones right over here? Right, so I'm not don't want that. I want to drag this over here a little bit, and then maybe this starting off right there. I'm not able to see clearly, but yeah, most probably we won't even reach those zones, right? So what we want to focus on is what this current market structure is doing, right? So over here, as you can see, the overall trend what is a downtrend as in here, but you have to knowing that on the high time frame we're also at an order block, right? We also tested this zone flip area over here. So the overall trend for now is a downtrend, but you know that there are high chances of the market reversing, because we first reached this zone flip area over here, and then we're at this order block over here. So there's likely a high chance of being the market breaking out and continue and breaking these structural points over there, right? So doing top-down analysis helps you to do all this, right? So that's all about top-down analysis. You have to know what the trend and what the market is likely going to do, right? So that's one of the things that you have to do, right? And then you have to trade with the trend, right? So after determining the trend, where the trend is, then you have to follow that trend, right? So let's say we are not looking at this market over here, right? We are looking at what the market was doing over here, right? So as you can see, market was continuously creating lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? So the best thing that we can do is to trade with the trend, right? So let's take let's say over here, right? As you can see, we're going down, right? We're going down, 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 and you see this something like this W over here, right? And you think going to enter the of when the market breaks, when this breaks the neckline, right? And as you can see, it just broke the W neckline, but it just went down, went up for a little while, and then it continued even going down further, right? So and maybe you see that you think that the market wants to create another W over here, you enter again and you keep on losing money, right? So the best thing that you can do is just trade with in line with the current trend, right? So you can to see where the trend is, you can use your market structure, your moving averages, all those things work, right? You can still use them for determining the trend, right? So you just have to trade with the trend. It will be of much benefit to you, right? Then you have to become profitable again. You have to be patient, right? So patience covers a lot of things, right? You're able to avoid a lot of things, and it comes into play even having many more things, right? With many more things, right? So being patient means that you have the patience to wait for a setup, right? So let's take this for example over here, where I was saying you want to enter too early over here, right? Where you are not trading with the trend, right? You are entering over here, we're entering this buy over here because you are not patient enough for you to wait for a sell setup, right? So over here, as you can see, we even get for the sell setup over here, we actually got one of the best, right? Because we've got what a zone flip area over here. Don't have a horizontal line anyway. Okay, let's just mark using this. So we've got a zone flip area over here, and we've got an order block in that same area again, right? So if you're just patient enough, wait for that selling setup, then you would have been able to enter, right? So you have to avoid the fear of missing out because you enter these buy trades which lead you nowhere, right? So you have to avoid the fear of missing out, and this is done by if you are a patient. If this can only be accomplished if you are a patient trader, right? You have to be patient with the strategy that you are using, wait and learn its strengths, learn its weaknesses, how you can use it to your advantage, and learn a lot of things. So if you are patient, you'll be able to explore more with forex, right? So the next thing that you have to do in order to be profitable is to have targets, right? You should have targets. Having a target, having your trading plan. Having a trading plan also means that you write down the types of setup that you enter, right? So if you say that I only enter where the moving averages are, where the moving averages are crossed, where there's a zone flip, where there's an order block, where there is this and that, that's having a trading plan, right? And when I enter, my stop loss per trade is this and that. My maximum loss per day must be no more than what than $10 or $20, whatever it is. My overall target per day is having this much, right? So having a trading plan helps you guys, right? So, and also having a trading journal, so it's so like one and the same thing. But a trading journal now, where I was saying that after you've entered the trade, right? So let's say you have entered that same example. Is that the example? Okay, right? So let's say you entered over here, you entered this buy over here, right? After you're losing, you're writing down why do you think you lost, right? And this is where your truthfulness, your honestness is tested, because you might want to say might want to blame the market. The market did this and that, when in reality you are the one who didn't want to trade with the trend, because right over here you're entering for a buy, but there wasn't a proper break and retest, right? There wasn't a proper breaking market structure and the retest, because the market was just breaking structure at that point. So you can't enter on the initial move, right? So you are writing down, I entered too early, I had a tight stop loss, I had the blah blah blah. You know what you made you lose that trade, and you have to be very honest with yourself in order to improve. If you keep on lying to yourself, then there's no room for improvement. So if you have to learn from what this is done, so that you just have to learn from your mistakes, right? So being able to learn from your mistakes is one of the best things that you can do for yourself, right? Then the next thing that you can do is also being in control of your emotions, right? So being in control of your emotions can be a little bit tough, because we're human beings, we have emotions, we are emotional, we act emotionally most of the time. But having a trading plan, that's why I insisted on you having a trading plan. You know that you only enter these types of setup, you only enter on this and that. So if you're able to follow that trading plan and having the discipline to follow what you wrote down yourself, the rules that you set up for yourself, then most of the times you are going to be profitable. So having a trading plan is the only advice that I can give to you when you want to be in control of your emotions, to avoid acting irrationally, right? To avoid making decisions that are likely going to benefit you in the long run. So be in control of your emotions, be the boss, be who you are, right? So that is what you have to do if you want to become profitable in the market, right? And if you want to learn more strategies, then I suggest that you watch this video next, or you just subscribe to my channel and watch whenever I post new content.